Their relationship always seemed like the perfect balance of warmth, resilience, and devotion. Al Roker, America's beloved weatherman, a fixture on morning television for decades, and Deborah Roberts, the award-winning journalist whose career has spanned the globe, appeared to embody the definition of partnership. Not just a marriage, but a story of two people who had each carved their own success, and yet, together, seemed even stronger. So when recent news surrounding Al's health struggles and Deborah's visible emotional weight surfaced, fans around the country were left stunned. How could this rock-solid pair, who had weathered so many storms side by side, now be facing one of the most difficult chapters of their lives? And perhaps more importantly, what could the rest of us learn from the grace and courage with which they are handling it? This is not just a story about celebrity, television, or fame. It's about love tested in the crucible of life. It's about resilience, quiet strength, and the enduring truth that battles. And in Al and Deborah's case, it's a journey that resonates far beyond the television screen. Al Roker and Deborah Roberts' love story began, fittingly, in the world of television. They met in the 1990s at NBC, both working in a high-pressure environment where deadlines were tight and stakes were high. Yet even in the chaos of a bustling newsroom, there was a spark. Al, already beloved for his humor and warmth on the Today Show, was known for making colleagues feel at ease with his quick wit. Deborah, meanwhile, was establishing herself as a serious journalist, driven, curious, and deeply committed to telling important stories. What drew them together wasn't glamour or fame, but mutual respect. He admired her intelligence and strength. She admired his kindness and resilience. When they married in 1995, it was clear to those who knew them that this was more than just another television couple. It was a union built on shared values, laughter, and faith. And for nearly 3 decades, they became one of the most admired partnerships in American media. To the outside world, Al Roker was the eternal optimist. His booming laugh, his playful banter with co-hosts, and his ability to bring lightness to even the gloomiest forecast made him a national treasure. Deborah Roberts, meanwhile, carried an aura of calm professionalism. She was polished, poised, and precise, the kind of journalist who commanded attention not with theatrics, but with substance. Together, they represented balance, his joy, her steadiness. But behind the polished television smiles, their marriage, like any, faced challenges. Schedules were demanding. Travel kept them apart. And Al's health battles, stretching back years, became a recurring shadow over their relationship. From gastric bypass surgery in 2002, which dramatically transformed his appearance, to later struggles with weight management, Al's journey was not an easy one. Yet through it all, Deborah was there, quietly steady, fiercely supportive. In 2022, the public learned just how fragile life could be, even for someone as vibrant and beloved as Al Roker. After being absent from the Today Show for weeks, it was revealed that he had been hospitalized with serious health complications, blood clots that had traveled to his lungs. The nation was shaken. The jovial weatherman who had become part of America's morning routine was suddenly in a fight for his life. Deborah's presence during this time was unmistakable. She was photographed outside the hospital, she updated fans with honesty and gratitude, and she later revealed just how terrifying those days had been. The uncertainty, the sleepless nights, the desperate prayers whispered in hospital corridors. For her, this was not about public perception. It was about the man she loved, the father of her children, the partner she had built her life with. In one emotional interview, Deborah admitted, "I knew that if he went out the door, I would never see him again. It's the kind of fear that grips you deep in your soul." Fans across the nation wept with her. What happened next was extraordinary. Millions of Americans, viewers who had grown up with Al, families who had welcomed him into their homes for decades, rallied around him. Social media flooded with messages. Church groups prayed for him.
Letters poured in not just from celebrities or colleagues, but from ordinary people who felt like they knew him personally. Deborah later reflected on the overwhelming outpouring of love. It reminded me how many lives he's touched, and it gave me strength in those darkest hours. This collective support wasn't just symbolic, it became part of Al's recovery. Doctors noted that emotional well-being plays a vital role in physical healing, and Al often said the love he felt gave him the will to keep fighting. While Al's recovery made headlines, Deborah's role in all of it became an equally powerful story. She juggled her career, cared for their children, managed hospital visits, and dealt with the emotional toll of watching her husband fight for his life. And yet she did it all with grace. She didn't hide her pain, nor did she dramatize it for public consumption. Instead, she spoke candidly about the fear, but also about the deep reservoir of love that sustained her. Her actions served as a reminder. Behind every public figure is often a spouse who shoulders the unseen burden. Deborah's resilience became in many ways the unsung hero of this story. When Al finally returned to the Today Show after his hospitalization, the moment was electric. Co-hosts cried, viewers cheered, and Al, in his characteristic way, cracked jokes even as he acknowledged just how close he had come to tragedy. But what made the moment especially poignant was knowing the journey it took to get there. The hospital stays, the uncertainty, the prayers, the unwavering support of Deborah and their family. It wasn't just a television comeback, it was a testament to love, medicine, and faith. In the months that followed, Al and Deborah have both spoken about how the experience changed them. They no longer take time for granted. They prioritize family dinners. They walk together, talk more openly, and cherish even the smallest moments. Deborah said it best. You realize that tomorrow isn't promised, so you hold on a little tighter, you love a little deeper, and you don't waste time on things that don't matter. For fans, these words resonated deeply. Many saw their own marriages reflected in the couple's resilience. What Al and Deborah's journey highlights is something universal. Health crises are great equalizers. They strip away fame, money, and public image, leaving only the raw essence of human connection. Their story has sparked conversations about marriage, aging, resilience, and the quiet power of love. It's reminded many that behind the headlines are real people with real fears, real faith, and real triumphs. So, as we reflect on Al and Deborah's story, we're left with questions that touch us all. How would we face such trials in our own lives? How do we show up for the people we love when everything feels uncertain? And how can we, like Deborah, carry ourselves with dignity, strength, and quiet courage in the face of life's storms? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. And if this story touched you, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more stories of resilience, hope, and inspiration. Because in the end, the lives of people like Al Roker and Deborah Roberts don't just entertain us, they inspire us, they teach us, and they remind us of what truly matters.